Welcome back to the LionHeart podcast, where we learn to have the heart of a lion in this jungle we call life. Look, I'm not gonna lie, this is my third time trying to do this intro. I kept messing myself up. I'm hearing myself in the headphones, and yeah, I'm getting used to this whole thing still. But look, I appreciate all you guys for coming back, listening to this. If you're new, I appreciate you for tuning in to the LionHeart podcast, where we're learning to become a community of men and women to become the best versions of ourselves. So look, I got an interesting topic today. All right, today I'm full of energy. I'm feeling good. I've had a busy day. I just got done recording some things, so we're gonna get right into it. Once again, I appreciate everybody. If you're returning back and listening again, I appreciate you for sticking with this podcast and for taking in all the information that we give each and every week. All right, so look, I'm going to try to sound as normal as possible. Hay fever is kicking my butt right now, so I said I'm having a great day, but that's the one part of my day that has not been great. Hay fever is killing me out here. The pollen's all over the place. But look, so today we're going to be speaking about embrace the journey. Now, what do I mean by embrace the journey? Like, what does that mean? So I've been thinking about this past week that I'm seeing from a lot of people. A lot of people have the mentality that they want to reach their end goal now. What I mean by that is whatever your end goal is. Like I've said in the previous podcast, everybody has a different vision. Everybody has different goals. Everybody has a different thing that they say that success is. Everybody has their own thing. Everybody has their own path. But so many people are trying to reach that success, that end moment, right now. It's like they want it to happen overnight and they just want everything to be exactly how they have their vision put right now. There's so many people. It was me too. I'm the same way. I've learned that that's not the way that things work, and I'm going to go over a lot more about that now. But so many people are looking to try to reach success and whatever success is to them right now at this very moment, immediately. But the thing is, success is the end point. You don't want to reach the end of your life right away. Like, you want to have time between that, time for you to be able to experience things, to go through different situations. Like, you don't want to reach the end of your life right now. Look, there's an analogy that I heard from another podcast from Jeff Logan, and he gave this analogy. I was like, ooh, this makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm not gonna repeat it word for word because I struggle with this kind of thing, but I'm gonna try to put it in the best words that I can. So he mentioned when you go to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant for the experience. So you go there, you're not expecting to get your food immediately. You go there, you're hanging out if you're with your family, friends, significant other, or maybe you're there by yourself, right? You're just hanging out with yourself and chilling. You're enjoying that experience, and then once you do get your food, you look at that food, you smell it. That food smells good. I'm hungry right now. And then one bite at a time, you absorb the food, and you enjoy every single bite. Right? That's how a restaurant experience is supposed to go. So you're enjoying all the time that you have at that restaurant, enjoying the food little by little. Right? You don't finish the food immediately. You enjoy it little by little, one bite at a time. But imagine you were to roll up to a hospital, tell them, hey, let me get one of those burgers. Let me get a hamburger. And then you see them go and blend the food up in a blender. They blend the burger, they blend the fries into a blender. They come back with with a tube. They stick the tube in you and they put the food into your body. Boom. Within like 5 seconds, you have all the food in your body. You're not hungry anymore. You're full. Do you think that situation is enjoyable at all? You didn't get to enjoy the food at all. Right? You're done immediately. You got the food into your belly. You're full now. You're not hungry anymore. You got all the nutrients from it. But you didn't get to enjoy it at all. You didn't get to enjoy the process of waiting for your food, the process of going one bite at a time. No, you're at the end immediately. You didn't get to enjoy none of it, but you're full. You got what you you got what you went for. Look, it's the same thing with life. Right? So many people are trying to reach the end right now. They're like, man, I want my Lambo, I want my Ferrari. Man, I want my big old mansion house. I want all this stuff now. I want this amazing family. Well, whatever it is that you wanted, right? Like I said, everybody has different goals, everybody has different visions. But everybody's looking to try to get that right now. That's like going to the restaurant and getting the tube. Like you gotta embrace the journey, and that's why I titled this episode that. Right? Embrace the journey. Embrace the journey of becoming that person who you want to be, or attaining that goal that you want. Right? Because there's processes where you're going to continue to evolve and get better and start leveling up each and every day as long as you continue going. Enjoy that process. Embrace the moments. Stop only focusing on the end goal. Obviously, you have to have that end goal in mind, right? That end vision, so that you know where you're going. You need to have goals. You have to have those things set so that you have a direction that you're going towards. But don't let that consume you to the point where you're not enjoying any moment. You're not thinking about right now, but it's that all you're focused on is on that future, and I'll be happy once I get all those things. I can't be happy until I receive all those things. I want those things now. I don't believe that's the correct mentality to go about life. Like, you got to enjoy the moments right now. You got to embrace your journey. Embrace the time that it takes to get to that situation, to get to that goal, to get to that vision. Embrace the journey. Embrace the moments that you're living right now. Like I said with the restaurant analogy, you want to be able to enjoy a bite at a time. You don't get that enjoyment immediately. You got to wait for the food, and then you're enjoying it little by little until you're finished. Do the same thing with life. Like I said, don't let go of your happiness now, your joy now. Let go of all the moments now just for the future. Obviously, I'm not saying don't work hard for what you want to go for. That's not what I'm saying. You got to work hard, and you got to put in the effort for whatever goal it is that you have. But don't forego all the moments now just for those moments that you're going for in the end. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to put it in the best words that I possibly can. But this is something that I feel like so many people don't realize. Everybody knows that work hard, grind, right? That's the hard work mentality that people are trying to instill into each other nowadays. Work hard, grind, don't sleep. Right, you just work hard all the time. You gotta grind every single moment until you reach your goals. You gotta do this, do that, do that, do that. And there's some truth behind all of it. If you're not willing to put in the hard work, if you're not willing to put in the time and effort, then you're not gonna reach where you want to reach, whatever your goal may be. You gotta be willing to put the time, the effort, the hard work. You gotta be willing to educate yourself, learn about whatever it is that you're going towards. You have to be willing to put in the time and effort. That's not what I'm saying. But embrace the journey. Stop worrying about only the end goal. But instead, embrace every single moment that you have right now. Whether it's with your family, whether it's with your significant other, with a relationship, whether it's with your friends, whoever it may be, even with yourself. Don't neglect yourself now for your goals in the future, because then who's going to live out those goals? If you neglect yourself now, neglect your health, and throw that all away, then in the future, when you do reach all your goals, what version of yourself is going to receive those goals? Don't let yourself go now and kill yourself now so that you can reach your goals later. Like I said, that doesn't mean don't work hard. You have to work hard. But take care of yourself at the same time. You gotta take care. I'll probably go over this on another podcast moreover, but you gotta take care of this machine, the body. right? This body is what's going to take you far. If your body's not in good condition, if you're having medical problems, you're having health issues, then what are you going to do from that point on? You can't do anything. If you start having health issues and you start having problems with your health because you didn't take care of yourself, then you're not going to reach those goals in the end anyways. So make sure that you take care of yourself and make sure that you embrace the journey. I'm going to keep repeating that because I feel like this is something so important. Everybody's looking towards the end so much that people forget about now, this moment. Learning how to be thankful in every single moment that you're living right now. People always focus on the negatives. Oh man, right now, I'm not in the financial situation I want to be in, man. I don't got the car that I want. Man, I'm living in this raggedy old house right now. Man, I don't know. There's so many things that you can look at and say like, oh, it's not how I want it to be. So many things you could look at negative. People focus on all those negatives and then they think in their head, man, all I got to do is in the future, man, I'm going to work hard now and in the future I'm going to be able to do all these things and stuff, which is not a bad thing. Like I said, it's good to have a future vision in mind because then you know where you're going. You have a direction. But you can't let negativity consume you now in this moment that you may be in. Whatever moment you're in right now. Don't let negativity consume you because negativity can turn into some bad things and it can make you even give up on the vision that you have in the first place. You got to control the negativity in your life and switch everything over into positives and enjoy and embrace the moment. Give thanks in all circumstances, man. It's a Bible verse, but it's so important. You got to be thankful always for everything that you have. Because there's always somebody worse off than you. And not only that, but you're still living, man. You're alive. Your body is still going. You still have a chance. You still have the ability to do the things that you want to do. You're still living. Your heart's still beating. You're still breathing. You're still breathing the air that is located here. There's a lot of people who have stopped breathing already. You're still breathing. Embrace this moment. Embrace the journey. Stop focusing on all the negative things and all the negative things around you and thinking that you're only going to be happy once you reach the end result. Because if you're not happy now in the moment that you are and embracing every moment that's leading you up to that time, then you're not going to end up being happy in those moments that you receive later on either. Because you're going to have the same exact mentality that you have now if you're always focusing on the negatives. In actuality, when you hear the people talk that have been successful and have reached the top, you hear most of the time all the things that they thought were important in the beginning when they were chasing those dreams are not the things they find important anymore. I was watching something, and for a specific example, something with Kevin Hart. All the things that he thought were important at the beginning are not as important anymore. Like the cars, the homes and everything. Obviously, everybody wants nice things. And if you can get it, then get it. But when a lot of people tend to put so much emphasis on all those things, and I feel like it's not until, and I'm just speaking from future vision, right? Because not there yet, but I'm working towards there. I know I'm going to get there. But I feel like people don't realize that there's not as much importance in those things until they actually reach the time when they receive them. That was something that he mentioned in the podcast that I was listening to. You don't realize the important things until you receive the things that you thought were important in the first place. All the cars, the jewelry, the homes, all these different things. Right? People put so much importance into all these things. And what a lot of people tend to do is focus on all the negatives now and think that they'll be happy once they receive all those things. Embrace the journey. Embrace your moments now. Realize that the journey is the most important thing, and at the end, that's what you're going to always look back to. Man, I started from this time, but guess what? I started working. I worked harder and harder. I put in all the effort, and I kept moving forward, and look where I'm at now. Look at all that effort, all that hard work that I put in, and now I'm here. That's what you're going to look back at. You're going to look back at this moment that you're living in right now in the present. That's what you're going to look back to. Embrace it. Embrace the hard work that you got to put in. Love what you do. Embrace the moment. Embrace the people around you. Stay focused, right? All these things I feel like are so important, and so many people neglect the important things and neglect this moment that we're living in right now. Yeah, this is not the end vision of what you want, unless you're there. If you're there, then congratulations to you. But this isn't, for most people, right? This isn't the end vision of what we want yet. We're not there yet. We know it. We know where we're going. We have a vision. We have something in mind of where we want to go with our life. But while you're heading towards that time, towards that moment, towards that vision, enjoy all the moments now as well. Like I said, don't neglect yourself and neglect your happiness for a future. Like, learn to be happy in the situation you are. Learn to be happy in the hard work that you're putting in. Learn to be happy in the process. I feel like it's so important to stop focusing on all the negatives and start focusing on all the positives, and realize the journey that you're going on. Realize that there's a constant process of leveling up and becoming the best versions of yourself. That's the whole reason I started this podcast. That's the reason I'm starting everything that I'm doing right now and that I'm working on in the background. I want everybody to realize and understand that life is a journey of just leveling up and becoming a better version of yourself. You can level up each and every day. And that's where the joy of life should come from. Leveling up, becoming better version of yourself. That's where the happiness should be coming from. Like I said, everybody, we all know, I know I myself have an end vision in mind, and I know exactly where I want to be, and I know what I need to do in order to get there. I don't know exactly what I need to do, but I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm listening to different things, I'm paying attention to all the people who have already made it. But I'm learning now, and I'm learning now to enjoy the process and enjoy, what's the word I'm trying to find? Enjoy the process of where I'm going, right? Enjoy the process of leveling up. Enjoy my life now while I'm still working hard to get where I want to be. So many people feel like if you're happy now, then you're going to be complacent, then you're just not going to continue going where you want to go. But I feel like you have to find that balance. You got to be happy in all the moments that you're living in now and embrace the journey, as I keep saying over and over again, as you're going towards that end result. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Why would you make yourself miserable right now for the future? Like, we're working towards the future, but you can look at the positives and be happy in this moment too. Everything doesn't have to be gloomy until you reach your goals. So that's the message I really want to put across today through this podcast. I want everybody to realize that you can enjoy the moments now. You don't need to wait until you reach success or reach whatever goal you have for yourself to start being happy and to start enjoying life. You can be happy now, and you can enjoy the moments now and embrace the journey and learn to find enjoyment in leveling yourself up. Learn to find enjoyment in finding a better version of yourself. Ooh, look at that, man. I used to have this issue, but look at that now, man. I started putting in the work and I changed that, and now look at that. I'm a better person than I was yesterday. Boom, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep leveling up, and I'm going to start becoming a better person. I'm going to get myself in better shape. I'm going to get myself better controlling my emotions. I'm going to get my mental game on point. I'm going to read these books so I can start thinking outside of the box and start thinking in a higher wave than I used to think. I'm going to continue learning so I'm getting more information. I can have better conversations with people. There's so many things you could look to in positivity every single day if you have the correct mentality. Don't just focus on the end goal, but focus on you right now. Find happiness in the things that you are doing and find all the positives in realizing that you are becoming better each and every day. It's a process. things are not going to always go how we want it to be. Sometimes we have to work in jobs that we may not want to work at this very moment. But guess what? It's all a process of becoming the best versions of ourselves. So I want you to really embrace your journey. Stop focusing on all the negatives in life. We look on social media, we look at all these things going on, and everything's just negative, negative, negative. Everybody loves focusing on the negative. Why don't we now be the change in the world and start focusing on all the positives instead? It's so important. Like I've said before, what you think about is what you become. Right? You're going to become what you think about. Your thoughts are going to become you. So if you're always thinking negative, that's going to become you, and your journey is going to be a negative journey. But if you focus on all the positive things and all the things you do have in your life and all the things you're going to have in your life on your journey, then, man, only blessings and only positive things are going to come to you, because that's all you have in your head. Negativity cannot connect to you because all you're thinking about is the positives. It's so important to have a change of mind and embrace this journey that you are on. So look, like I said, with this podcast, I want everybody to become the best versions of ourselves. LionHeart, right? I want everybody to have a heart of a lion. A lion is known for having courage. It's not scared of anything. And even if it is scared, it doesn't show anything, right? It goes after what it wants. It's the king of the jungle. I want you to be the king of the jungle called life. Right? I don't want you to be fazed by everything, all the negative things happening around you. I want you to be positive all the time and realize that you have the ability to change the things around you. And I want you to embrace every moment of your life. Like, what's the point of reaching the end goal if you're miserable right now and you're not enjoying anything? You're not enjoying the process of becoming better. What's the point? Like, you got to enjoy your moments now, take care of yourself now, become better now so that you're able to reach that in the end, and then you could continue getting better even from there. It's all a journey. Embrace the journey, embrace the moments, and learn from every moment that you're in. Embrace the journey. I've said it so many times, and I want you guys to really stick that into your head. Put that into your daily life. Embrace everything. The things that you used to regard as negative things happen in your life, whether it is a job, whether it is a boss, whatever it may be. I want you to see it as a positive or as a learning experience, and realizing that positive things can come from that realization of the things that have happened to you. Have the positive mind. Switch everything from a negative to a positive, because if you're always thinking positive thoughts, then only positivity can come towards you, because that's all you have in your mind. You got rid of all that negativity. So I want everybody to focus on you, focus on the journey, right? Work hard, do what you got to do, but don't neglect yourself and your happiness right now just so you can think you're going to be happy later on, because that's not how life works. Love what you do, embrace the journey now, so that when you reach the end, you can be even more thankful for all the work that you put in up until that point. So guys, I hope everything that I said really makes sense, and I hope that I was able to really drill that into your guys' head, because that's something that I've been thinking about for a little while now, and something that I had to come to realization and realize that I need to embrace the journey. Stop worrying about where I want to be, and stop. Obviously, I know I'm worrying about where I want to be because I'm working hard to get there. But what I mean is thinking that I have to neglect myself and neglect my happiness, neglect sleep, neglect my health now in order to reach that later on. That's not how it works. So I want everybody to really embrace the journey. Embrace it. Your journey. Everybody's journey is different. Embrace it. Embrace your path. God put everybody on different paths for a reason. There's things you need to learn. There's situations that you need to understand from. You need to get certain realizations to get where you need to be. God puts everybody in the circumstances they need to be in order to learn from those, to become better, and to reach the end goal, right? You have to go through certain things, different refinements in order to reach that end goal. So don't look at everything as a negative, but start flipping everything into a positive and learn from every situation that you're in. So guys, like I said, if you're listening for the first time, thank you so much for listening to the LionHeart podcast. Make sure you stay up to date with this, because Look, like I said before, I want everybody to become the best versions of themselves. That's why I called this LionHeart. I want everybody to have the heart of a lion listening to this podcast, and I want to grow a big community. We're just at the beginning of this podcast. This podcast, man, the sky is the limit. We're going to keep getting better and better. I'm telling you right now, so right now, obviously, it's only been audio, but soon enough, I'm going to have some stuff set up to where I can start recording it and put the video on YouTube. Later on, we're going to start having guests on this podcast. We're going to keep growing. This is going to keep getting better and better. This isn't the limit. This isn't the limit. Like I said, the sky's the limit. We're going higher. We're at the really bottom right now, but we're going to keep on going. All right, so, and if you're coming back and you're a returning listener, you've been listening to all the podcasts so far, I appreciate it. Like I said, we're just going to keep getting better and better. We're at the very beginning. It's only the fourth podcast. We're dropping gems. We're talking about embrace the journey. Right now, we're at 26 minutes, the longest podcast I've done so far. Listen, you guys, I hope you guys understood everything that I was trying to say with this one. Embrace the journey, right? Embrace your journey, whatever your journey may be. All right, I appreciate you guys for supporting. Make sure you follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Please continue sharing the podcast with people that you may know so that we can all grow in this community of becoming the best versions of ourselves. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.